A lot of people are feeling down right now. They're feeling depressed, they're feeling anxious, they're feeling very not okay. And that's fine. We're going to get through it. We're going to be okay at the other side. We just have to get through the terrible times currently. I know I've had some issues in the past several days, so I'm not going to go into it deeply, but I want to kind of give my perspective and what I've done for the past several days, what I've not done, and how to move on from that. Greetings and admirations, dear audience. I know it's been rough, and we're all going through a lot of problems, changes, issues that are arising. People are losing their jobs, people are getting sick and dying, and it's not a good, happy time right now. One of the things that I know I've had issues with is I've eaten a lot more ice cream than I should. I have eaten a lot more cookies than I should. But one of the things I also have to give myself credit for and permission to do is to not be okay right now, and to learn that it's fine for me to have these problems. It's fine for me to go to certain ways of coping, certain coping skills, to not be okay, to eat the ice cream, eat the cookies, eat the sugary cereals, and just, that's fine. That's fine for right now. We're going to be fine. We're going to get through it. It's going to be terrible in ways, but that's life sometimes, unfortunately. We've been in an amazing time in the past 10 years where economically, socially, in certain areas, we've had a lot of problems. We've had a lot of growth take place. But generally life has been pretty stable since 2008, 2009 when things fell apart. There are a lot of folks that have had definitely some personal tragedies. I know I have. But in general, life has been okay. Life has been getting better. And now we're dealing with this whole issue. And so if you're having problems right now, one, give yourself permission that that's okay. It's okay not to be okay right now. It's okay, as one of my friends just recently said, I just want to be not okay right now, and I just want to be mourning a life that I used to have that doesn't really exist right now, and just sit in it. And that's fine sometimes. Sometimes you need to, just to process the feelings and to figure out what you're going to do, who you're going to be, how do you deal with this new paradigm of life, and how are you going to move forward from that. I know with my coping skills, again this weekend, I did give blood if you can, very important. Two, I mowed the lawn, but other than that, I really didn't do much of anything. And I kind of beat myself up for it, especially on Monday when I didn't really do anything. And I was very down on myself. I was very demotivated to even start something because I didn't do anything almost this weekend. Now, one of the things I did do is I read two of my previous books that I had written. No, not any that you might have heard of currently chronologically in this channel. But I read them like I read other books. I read them like somebody else's books. And one of the things I enjoyed about that was I got to read my own work with new eyes and see some things that I really did well, see some things that I really could have improved, realized a lot of good things, bad things, a lot of issues that I had, minor, which is good. And again, that's progress from book one that got hit by lightning, computer caught on fire, ruined where that file. So I'm proud of that and I'm happy about that. And if you're beating yourself up about, well, I'm not productive, I'm not doing things, stop. You're dealing with stuff right now. A lot of folks, again, are dealing with uncertainty. They're not dealing with loss of jobs, loss of people, family members, friends are dying. And it's okay to be in mourning for that. It's okay to be in mourning of a life that you thought you were going to have, and then all of a sudden it's kind of gone. So don't don't hurt yourself over that mourning period. Don't hurt yourself feeling bad about that time, because it's gonna happen. We're all gonna do it. I know this weekend, in between reading and in between the 2 chores that I essentially did, I was very mad and angry and frustrated and pissed off and disappointed and just, kind of depressed. So that's fine. It's fine. It's okay to do that. It's okay to be that guy for a minute. So I did that. Last night I was even more down on myself. I hadn't done a video. I'd written a script. I didn't like it. Kind of threw it away. It's all on my computer. It's fine. I'm probably going to just dump it. But I didn't even start to record it. Today I got a new tripod, which is very nice, by the way. Love this thing. And so I said, you know what, I have to film today. I have to. I'm just going to blah into the camera. Let's just let it all hang loose and get it out there. And that's sometimes what you're going to have to do with your creative or endeavors that you really are passionate about. So if you're writing, just write a sentence or a paragraph or a word or whatever it is. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be, a symphony of words like I used to imagine myself when I was much younger. But it will be something. And then you can take that idea to the future and make it better. And that's, I think, really what I'm trying to get across here. The basic what I'm trying to get across here is the seeds that you sow in these terrible times can become amazing fruits in the future. And that's what I get very down about myself about, because when I was 14 I had written a novella, and when I was 25 I essentially written the 50,000 some words of a 400,000 word book. And had I done that, who knows where I'd be. But again, if I beat myself up about it, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna write, I'm not gonna edit, I'm not gonna make videos, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna not eat a lot of ice cream. But I love ice cream. Ice cream's very good, tasty. But I need these things that I do are more important to me and give me greater joy, give me greater satisfaction than eating ice cream and eating cookies and some sugary cereals. They're still good. No problem with doing them. The seeds that we're sowing now in these terrible times of being the creator that you want to be can pay dividends in the future, can really make what you want to produce amazing and wonderful later. So don't beat yourself up about it if you didn't do it for 30 years. Don't beat yourself about it if you didn't do it for 20 years or even last week or this weekend. Just do what you can with where you are and what you have, and just start. And you may need to put one thing up and start another thing, and you may need to abandon one thing and do another thing, because you have to deal with what you have to deal with, and you can't push or punish yourself too much about what you can't control. Control what you can control, which is mainly yourself and what you do. So go, if you're a writer, go write something. If you're a sculptor, make a sculpture out of, paper clips. I'm not a sculptor. I don't know these things. Go, if you're a painter, paint with whatever you have around you. If you've got watercolors and you're not a watercolor person and they're just what you had since you were in college and it's been 20 years since you're in college, do it. If you have an instrument like I do, hidden away that you haven't touched in who knows how long, you want to remember how to read and play music, then do it. Now's the time. Why not? And looking at the social media, especially with all the negativity, looking at the news can really be digital self-harm. As you're harming yourself, you're not concentrating on things that do bring you joy, that do bring you peace. So you want to do those things that will really speak to you and will get you through the bad times. If you're having problems with doing this at home because you're stuck, there is a great video by the channel How to ADHD. Hello Brains. I'm going to link that up here so that way you can watch that channel because it has a lot of good tips, especially for those of us that have executive function problems. So, so what I think you really should do is do what speaks to you and build those seeds, build those bridges now that'll get you to where you want to be. And you know, you're going to have to put the work in, and that's really what a lot of it is it's going to be work, but it's work that you can share, work that you can give out, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen next week or next month. Do those things now. Do those things now. Plant the seeds that are going to build peace and love and harmony for yourself that will bring you joy. And that's one of the things that I've found with my writing is bring yourself as much joy as you can, because pleasure is, you know, you have it and it goes away. You know, I ate the ice cream, it feels really good, and then I have heartburn overnight and it's not so good. I'm going to go over in much more detail a book, Scene and Structure, about writing, and that's one of the hardest things I have trouble with, and that video is not going to be about how you can do it so much as it's me reiterating to myself how I need to do it and the things that I've learned through this book and how to structure my book and how to do scenes and how to do sequences and all that technical stuff. So we're going to get into that. Hopefully I'm going to do this weekend. That's one of the goals. Let's get some more editing done. Let's get that video done, which is going to be a long one. It's got a lot of writing craft in it, and let's do some more planning for 2 books that I want to do. So some of the new books I want to do, I got 2 books that I want to write this year other than NaNoWriMo. Now I'm writing 3 books this year. It sounds crazy. If you talk to my 15-year-old self, you'd be like, what? So what I'm going to do is I have 2 books that I want to write this year. In November, I just write something just for me anymore. It's just for fun. It's ridiculous. It's completely off the wall, trying something completely new. And so the 2 books that I want to write this year are going to be very structured books, very pop, if that makes sense, very kind of easy reading. I'm going to follow pretty much Save the Cat Writes the Books formula right down the process, and there's nothing wrong with that, but against me learning. Last NaNoWriMo, I wrote a romance novel, and that was a learning process, which was an awesome learning process. I really enjoyed the fact that I did that, but I didn't have any idea what I was going to do with those 2 books. And this weekend and just yesterday, I figured that out, and that's one of the great joys of having this second job, is to get that idea and it just bounce around your brain, and it really becomes something so amazing. And if you have the thing that you want to do that's amazing, then the only way to get that joy is to do that. And editing sucks for me. I don't like it. I'm having to learn to like the struggle, to embrace the challenge, to embrace the suck, as they say, rather than just not do it, because nothing good comes of writing if you're not perfect at writing that first draft, which I'm definitely not. I call it the puke draft, and I'm not that good at doing that. So again, my first draft, just let it go and just do the best that I can, and then revisions later. That's what I'm working on. And so that's the thing that I'm working on right now, is that one revision. Once I get that done, then I move on to the projects that really speak to me in such joy and wonder and just an absolute happiness. Is I'm making that 2 new drafts, 2 new stories, 2 new books, and I had been struggling to find a good plot idea for them, and then this weekend I found one which was just awesome, and I said, I could do that. And then the second one, I just found out yesterday, just figured it out, okay, this and this is kind of what I want to do. It's very, as I call, high concept. It's not very deep. It's just kind of fun and a happy joy time, rather than the book I'm editing currently, which is just not happy fun time. So yeah, go out there, find the things that speak to you, find the joy, find the wonderment, and do them. Because at some point you're going to be gone, whether it's now or 108 years from now, and what you're going to bring and give to those who are around you is more important than you can imagine. And there's a lot of things that I wish I had from some of the people that had passed on before me. If I could hear my dad's voice just once again, that would be amazing. And I really wish I could have that. So bring that stuff that really is you, that is who you are, and bring that and give that to your family, to your friends. And it's, again, it's, my first book, I wish I would have never given it to them. But I had to make that journey and that progress to get to where I am now, where what I'm writing isn't terrible, maybe not great, but it's at least all right. It's a C. It's a C. That's okay. So I hope that you can find that something that speaks to you, find out what it is, go after it, make it happen. There's going to be suck days, you're just not gonna. There are going to be terrible days that you're just not going to make it. That's okay. Give yourself permission for that. Don't beat yourself up about it. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. It feeds into your inner critic who just doesn't want you to do anything at all, which mine is terrible. Ripped up, shredded, burned, ate things that I had written previously. So that's a terrible way to be a creative. It sounds romantic, but it doesn't help because you need that. You need that ability to look back to see where you've come, to see where you are, and that's an important part of your journey. And your journey is an amazing story, and one that if you share to other people, then you can inspire a whole next generation of people who will take it into themselves, and they'll make, on your foundation, they will build wonders. And that's the thing that I want to bring is, I want to do deep writing craft videos, not just the same old that we all hear, which there's nothing wrong with that. I've watched dozens of videos about active and passive voice, and there's nothing wrong with learning that and learning it all over because it is important. However, there's a lot of issues, and it's funny that this book is on the very top here. Seeing a Structure, my nemesis. So that's something that I think you can bring and I want to bring, and we can do it. We can get through it. It's going to be okay. Even if it's not okay, we'll get through it. Even if it's not okay and it's never going to be okay again, we'll make a new okay. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Be who you really are inside. Be the most wonderful version of yourself that you can be. And just bring that to the universe, because that's really all the universe wants out of you, is to just be the absolute best you can do. And then take it wherever it is next. Take care of yourself. I hope everybody is enduring and finding their own inner strength. I love you. Take care of yourself. I hope your creative endeavors bring you peace, love, and happiness.